Charlie, the Triptease journey, how's it been so far?
Well, since we first got started with Triptease, which was now 2.5 years ago, we have been through quite a few changes. So the core, the essence of the business has always been the same. We've been focused on how do you help hoteliers have better, stronger, tighter connections with guests, with consumers. But we started trying to solve that challenge with a consumer travel app, and we went down that journey for a while, launched it, it went very well, hundreds of thousands of users, but we suddenly realized that actually turning this into a very large business that has a real dent sort of impact on the industry was going to be too much of a challenge. So that was like, I guess, 18 months ago, we switched a bit. We kept hearing hoteliers say to us, yeah, we want tighter relationships with guests, and it's because we need direct bookings. And it felt like such a clear pain point in the industry, we decided to slightly tweak our model and our business to more clearly target that. And so when we launched a new product, which we called digital postcards, so it was getting guests to share their experience with friends and then get those friends to book direct with the hotel. And that went very well. We actually raised money from investors on that. It went very well, but then it felt like the further we got into it, the more we realized driving bookings through referral, even though we had a really slick system for it, is actually just has challenges. And it felt that perhaps the opportunity wasn't, we weren't making enough of the opportunity. So, sorry, it's a long story. So in February last year, 2015, exactly a year ago, we launched a completely new set of products. Again, same thing at the heart, how do you get hotels and guests a better relationship, but really focusing on driving direct bookings. So our new set of products help hotels increase direct bookings on their website, increase conversions, and it's been fabulous. After 2 or 3 years of occasional banging your head against a brick wall and feeling this is really tough, we finally found the set of products that I guess it feels set the market alight. So in a very short order, we've gone from 8 people a year ago to 58 now, from 0 hotels to 8,000 properties we're working with. So it's been an amazing year, but it didn't just come out of a hat, it took us a while to get there.
And just explain what the product actually is.
Yeah, so we have a set of products that basically interact with the hotel's website. For example, Price Check sits on the hotel's booking engine. A guest does a search for a room, and what usually happens is a guest decides they want to stay somewhere and then they think, oh, it's probably cheaper if I go off to an OTA. So we show live prices from 3 OTAs on the hotel website. That gives the guest the confidence they need that the hotel price is just the same as the market price, and that increases the number of people who then book on the hotel website. Okay. So from an OTA perspective, you are a foe. From an OTA perspective, yes, we are trying. We're trying to ensure that as many guests as possible book direct, and that does preclude them from booking via third party. Yes.
Okay, so in the future, in the OTA landscape, how do you see it playing itself out?
So we think it's a really interesting, exciting time in the industry. In 2015, we felt it begin, and now 2016 is really taking off. The extent to which hotels are saying, we must drive more direct. Not just because of commission payments, but because there's a danger of disintermediation and losing their relationship with customers. And if you think about all the future innovations that we're going to see in the industry, from a hotel customer experience point of view, they're all driven by mobile. And that mobile relationship needs to start with actually a direct booking and an email address and a mobile number. So much of the future success of delivering great experience also starts with direct bookings. So, sorry, a long-winded answer. In short, what we're beginning to see is the hotels standing up for their rights for direct bookings and working much harder. So Hilton's recent ad campaign, record advertising budgets for them, which is all about direct is best, you can't beat direct. Accor last week brought out an advert that also right in the middle of it is book direct, you can't beat direct. So there's a very clear message from hotels that they prefer guests to book direct.
We've seen some big moves from Accor recently with regards to purchasing Fairmont. What else do you think Accor and the hotel industry is doing at the moment to disrupt the sector, I suppose?
I think what Accor is doing is fascinating. It's one of the reasons why I love this industry, because it's still, even a big giants like that are making big moves and large bets. They've said they're going to put a huge, hundreds of millions of dollars into improving the online experience, and then the ability to sell boutiques alongside their own brands, I think is really fascinating. How it plays out, it's hard to know. One of the things I like about it most is it's not that Accor have said, how do we beat the OTAs? Well, we need to become one, which I think some people interpret it like that. I think actually it's more of a sense of Accor feel hoteliers need to stand up together, and they see their move as being about enabling the hotel industry, and together, collectively, they regain control of the market and relationships with guests. So yeah, it's fascinating, and no doubt there'll be many more changes to come.
The future, you know, okay, we can't predict it, but what are your thoughts on, you know, one or two things that may happen in the space to again disrupt?
So something that's really interesting that's going on from the OTA point of view is both Expedia Group and Priceline are investing much more in delivering services to hotels. In fact, there was a man on the panel yesterday from Expedia who said they see their future as a service company, not a distribution business, which I'd never heard it so starkly said. So they're going to be providing some really, you know, top-rate websites, CRS systems, PMSs to hoteliers for a very low price. And they do that because the more that they're able to get the hoteliers on their channel, the more likely they're able to, you know, get value out of data and lock in, I guess, from the hotels. So I think that that's going to be really interesting, and hotels will find themselves grappling with, this feels like a fabulous system for me to adopt. It's low price and it's run by Booking, so it must be amazing. Versus, but I feel a little bit like then everything is going through this one huge giant partner of mine. So I think seeing how hotels deal with that is going to be really interesting. I think another thing that we're just talking on the panel now about is we're seeing an increase in people cancelling, so cancellation rates, and automated bots, programs that are cancel and rebooking for people. And the impact that can have on revenue management, I think, is stark. So once you get a certain number of people who are cancelling and rebooking on a constant basis, then the revenue manager suddenly has this, you know, extra issue in their mind. If they decide to lower the rates the day before the date, then suddenly, you know, 30% of their hotel might cancel and rebook at that lower rate. So I think there's like a slight danger there, but company who was on stage, Rumour, I think they've got a neat solution that may solve that through sort of an insurance product. So I don't know, there's so many things happening in the industry, it's amazing.